If you've clicked on this video, chances are you're here to uncover why is it that luxury destination weddings are so expensive. Well, I'm here to tell you that luxury destination weddings aren't expensive because they're extravagant. Luxury destination weddings are expensive because of the amount of care and logistical precision that goes into it. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Pearl Farquharson and I am the CEO and founder of Delcy, a luxury destination and event planning firm where we curate iconic experiences here in the United States and across the globe. The goal of this video is to highlight some of the major cost drivers of events so that you can be empowered with the tools that you need to work with your planner in order to come up with feasible solutions to curate an event that is a perfect reflection of you. The first driving factor is going to be the scale of care. And what will it take to plan an exceptional experience that's a representation of who you are for all of your guests from miles away from home? What goes into the scale of care is naturally going to be your guest count. How many guests will you be serving? The number of events that you'll be executing, whether it's a welcome party, the main event, an after party, perhaps a post brunch, and the hospitality that you will be exuding to these guests. All of these are days of planning and curating experiences so that every moment feels intentional. When you're planning a multi-day celebration, it's not just about one moment. It's all of these sequential events coming together to tell a unique story that adds to the ultimate guest experience. And so naturally, when you have more events, the level of care and precision also increases, and we also have to factor that into the investment plan. Next, we have the complexity of place. If you're someone that imagines your wedding or in a very remote location, there are naturally lots of logistical challenges that come with that. And this is not to derail you from saying yes to your dream location, but we do have to factor in some non-negotiables. For example, if in the event that the airport is close to venues, we have to account for transportation, extra labor and staffing that goes into that. And then also, if in the event that you are in a remote location, perhaps you have to consider bringing in vendors from other areas in order to execute your event in the level that you feel measures up to your standards and quality. And so factoring in that when curating your budget is going to really help to set you up for success in terms of establishing realistic expectations. Oftentimes when we are working in remote locations, there is a compromising in infrastructure that we need to really consider. Safety is incredibly important. So if we're planning an event in a vacant infrastructure, we need to account for lighting, flooring, and which also often takes days to curate and produce. We need to factor in labor to make that happen long before we can even build on the foundation. We also talked about the number of events that you're curating, which also adds to the depth of experience. Multi-day celebrations with destination weddings, there is an expectation of multi-day celebrations. And so making sure that each event again tells a specific story that is unique and that is innovative and that are intentional curated moments before the event and after the event that adds to the memorable wedding weekend as a whole. And so when you're thinking about your planned investment, please ensure that you are factoring that in. Luxury destination weddings, they're not just single moments. Think of it as immersive experiences, and your guests are surely going to anticipate that. And so we have to plan accordingly. And then there's this element of invisible precision. And what do I mean by invisible precision? Well, naturally, this is one of the most important days of your life, so there is no room for error. The amount of time that it will take to, on average, destination wedding or event takes anywhere between 400 to 600 hours to plan. So planning far in advance with the right planning team, curating contingency layers, seamless transitions that guests never notice. What feels incredibly effortless for guests actually takes months, sometimes even years to plan. And so between working with anywhere between 15 up to 45 vendors, the right planning partner will be able to identify the vendor partners that are going to be able to make every detail go seamlessly as planned. The trusted expertise. When you're spending anywhere between 6 to 18 months planning an event, multiple celebrations in remote destinations, naturally there's a level of logistical care and precision that needs to be accounted for to ensure that not only are your guests safe or protected, but then you have the ultimate experience that you've been longing for. And that is where a trusted partner comes in. A planning partner is there to operate beyond the pretty. They are there to make sure that timelines are managed, that contingencies are mitigated, that your vision is being translated, especially in other countries or regions where they may plan events very differently from what you're accustomed to attending in your home state or country. A planner will also be working with a liaison, and depending upon where you are in the country, may need to even in fact account for translators for guests as well as the planning team, account for translators for guests as well as the planning team, oversights and mishaps that might, and this leadership is going to also help to prevent happen with unskilled labor. The right experience and the right planning team doesn't add noise. They actually remove it from the process to make sure that you are having a peace of mind wherever you're planning your event in the world. And let's not forget the most important factor. You deserve a planning experience that is filled with ease, and you deserve a experience where you can enjoy your guests with all of the details completely covered for you. You deserve the confidence to know that no detail is going to fall through the cracks, and peace of mind is naturally going to be a part of the investment. So in closing, luxury destination weddings aren't expensive because they're extravagant. Luxury destination weddings are a result of the precision, the care, the logistics, and the execution that is needed in order to curate a planning experience and the level of experience that your guests truly deserve. Understanding these nuances, understanding all the components that goes into planning a wedding or event budget will help you plan with clarity and also allow you to choose the right planning partner wisely. If you are ready to plan your destination wedding or event, I would love to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments below or feel free to reach out. I hope that you found this information to be helpful. I do post weekly, so please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful tips on how to elevate your dream destination wedding.